Greetings, Earthlings. They call me Mike Hoff. Now let's give a big round of applause for Ron for inviting us all out here to do some poetry. All right, we can start with that. That's smile. We'll warm up a little bit. I am Mike Hoff. This is one of my books for sale today, Cracking a Nutshell, 50 Poetic Placebos. So I'm going to do one poem. Since we're in a bookstore, I'm going to do a Marvel poem. Hopefully there's some comic book fans in the house. This is called There Are No Strings on Me. Now, if you haven't been to a poetry event before, there's not a lot of clapping till the end, but if something hits you, it gets you in your gut, in your feel. If you get goosebumps, give them a snap, and they will be excited. It's like clapping for a comedian. There we go, there we go. All right. This is called There Are No Strings on Me. Stanley, we salute you. I'm the Punisher. These words are bullet points, seeking vengeance against the villains, brainwashing the minds and stealing the souls of the innocent. This pen was made for me. Only those worthy create magic with each stroke, we on the power to God's ultimate course of history. I've kept my identity hidden from the world like Black Panther, walking amongst the zombies while learning the secrets of the universe. Now, the stage is set. The world is ready. Don't be scared. Come watch. The world is ready for me to reveal these truths. A ghostwriter was sent back in a blaze of glory, naked time, the fierce Hawkeye vision, fixing and enforcing the horseman apocalypse, seek penance. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, a hero in the heart, crawling through the abyss, keeping a low-key profile, absorbing the ablation, a swing of the kingpins, a certain side you freeze fear from pencils, possibly a true silver tongue, until the venom spreads, encompassing every molecule, man. The Hulk takes over, lean the carnage, the bloodlust, rage blinds logic as these syllables savagely smash. Wage a world war as a rogue wrecking crew. My worst fear itself is since eyesight to protect, become cloud damage. So we seek the knowledge of the ancient ones to absolve from real sin and be born again. These strange doctors, esoteric incantations to awaken my soul, propel me through a portal, sending me exactly where I need to be, here, now. Being my presence felt like Black Bolt. Whisperings and war cries will shake the spear. When I blood scream like a banshee, shockwaves will eviscerate the master's evil empire. I am Iron Man. Push off my arm with this allegory, feeding off unlimited energy sources, funds our photon beams, blasting off tentacles corruption. Soon, my name will be synonymous with war, destroying the Drax for base message from saving you, then the world. But that is always a collector, ruling the Deadpool with an iron fist. Even the coldest, most seasoned soldier doomed to fall in the grip of his deathlock while fighting to free us from this indoctrinated world. Fear not, citizens. She is the captain now. All will marvel at her power, man. This former invisible one's mystique will throw enforcers. Premptech pose, electromagnetic pulse, striking the bullseye, the hearts of the lawless, blocking the path to freedom. These taskmasters will be the first dominoes to fall, banning the circus of crime. With her imagery, the Scarlet Witch creates our new reality. As guardian, her angel's voice produced a buzz, freeing the first class of worker bees, Yojacks, and washed from the hive mind. This Black Widow state poised a hand trying to duct tape our mouths. Spider-Woman, Spider-Woman, a hero in the heart, crawling through the abyss. The aftershocks of the Songbird siren will echo through underground cables, blessing help those behind the 8 ball, exiles and runaways alike. Finding our Excelsior force, a warpath for a quiet unity, a magnet, obligating connection between us all. After dusk or storm gives way to dawn, her agent will call us in. We will blink and feel the jubilee of some hope for the first time, but the polar is true. This abomination will feel a threat, and they will boost their gambit, using dazzle, distract, drift, and legions create havoc, all the while sending up their sentinels to annihilate us. But our captain's verses cloak us from the onslaught of this barren, this dagger, self-filling prophecy, we used to power the phoenix, finally scorching these shadow kings. This, Mike, is our Cerebro. Our instruments reach all those fighting a losing battle against this juggernaut. I used to be an egg-headed Ant-Man. Now I'm a Goliath, teaching new mutants how to escape this looking cage. Darwin's next evolution, super soldiers taught to see flaws in everything. You can be too. Be a daredevil, without your eternal beast. Fight the ferocity of Wolverine, and we can be heroes for higher centuries, preventing hate from swallowing this world. We are the Guardians of the Galaxy. It is time to put the demons back in the bottle and avert this age of apocalypse. The Lunar Tribunal has reached its verdict. Now I can do a snap. The head of hate will dissolve instantly, finally ending this infinity war. I'm the Punisher. I just beat these words to death. I will strike again without hesitation, without remorse. Evil will fear my name. So that's available in this book right here. Back in a nutshell, Big Threat Pursuers. And I'll hit you with another poem later on towards the end. But we got a lot of poets I'm excited about. We got award-winning poets. We got best-selling authors. We got people who put their hearts into it, and you're going to feel it. Are you ready? Can you accept the love of poetry today? I know you can, because you're in these seats. So coming up next is someone who's going to... I really like this poet. He's very good. And I'm excited to hear him again. His name is Joseph Reuben Fuller. I have one of his books here. Where to? From his life as a cabbie. You can also go to his website, josephrubenfuller.com. So everybody, let's give a warm welcome for Joseph Reuben Fuller.
Is entitled Norm the From Reputation. If I was to put it down, hot handle, would I be able to? No pain. Seeing eye dog, ginger braille, stale if put to the side. You know what I'm talking about, right? On my hip, poster, what I draw pictures with. Perfect. How I pour my soul out. Barefoot, running man, fruit by the labor. My neighbor, boring holes during role reversal, rehearsal, getting into tip-top shape if I slip, stop, take this gift of gab and gag my mouth with acid, an arachne, an acme anvil, drop me if standstill or too tranquil, or if I permanently trade the quill for a quilt, or if guilt has me on a peninsula plus one with Gilligan. If I cast away my fear of failure by saying, I'm the bomb, rearrange my atoms, take my apple and eye, spit shine both, kidnap the apple of my eye, make sure we don't elope, unseal my private envelopes, and make sure kiss from a rose will leave my face scarred and wither away into nothingness. I have nothing left. If I feel I'm too good to one day not lose to a tortoise or a haircut, my hair, India says she's not her hair, but my goal while I'm here is to make you all feel irate, not idly. Americans wanted to conquer, but pure Britishmen saying victory is not a cup of tea. The reason why I don't etch a sketch my style to be cookie cutter to a T, an orator, Booker T, washing tons of negativity, not chasing waterfalls, TLC, but I can use some TLC from someone, and when I look right, she looks left. I don't like to be chilly, but I love to eat there. T buys me, and that just said to complete the cipher, everything I write is a purpose. Nia buys Nia is located on the Balkan Peninsula, my birthplace, cup of tea. Gilligan, my father, but I won't take that subject much farther, just to further this piece. Peace is all together, and it is now complete. Hope I ironed it well enough for you. Thank you. Second piece is entitled Confidence. It is a piece on my oldest child when she was a newborn, or when she was growing up. She turned one, took many steps towards talking. Her vocab went through traffic lights. Magic might do the trick, but I wanted her to do this on her own. The trick was, there was none, just a proud father loving the growth of his daughter, doing everything ahead of schedule. Everything except walking. Trust your confidence, I told her, not quite knowing what that meant. She did know I'd be there every step of the way. Told her the first step in taking the first step was to take the first step, gums and teeth clenched, her feet flat, lie myself a few feet away from her, my heartbeat a flat line whenever I'm away from her. Away she went, away she will, 2 steps and 3 down. Since birth, I fell for her, so it was only right. I dove for my dove and became her chair, cheered for her like cat in the air, tassel to the side, captivating moment. She went again. This time I captured it like Bear Trapped in Kodak. Excuse me, camera phone. The way she roamed, not even a Coliseum could hold her, allowed me to hold on to her and vogue. She vogue like Madonna, Sistine, I, Raphael, whenever she does something amazing. Daddy's proud of her, I said. I taught her to walk into one day she may walk into the arms of another and I'll still be there, arms extended, arms extended, ready to be there for her. And she's ready to make the next move. Thank you. One more piece, again, I am Joseph Ruben Fuller. This book is actually Joseph Thomas, my real name. Working on some new things. If you want to hear the audio version of me, I'm on all DSPs. I have an album entitled You Are Wanted. I have at least 7 more projects I need to hurry up and get out. So, this last piece is about my grandmother. I used to think I was one of the fastest people in my neighborhood, with the sneakers, slippers, or barefoot. My friends and I would have daily races, and I do fairly well. But this one time, on a hot summer day, I came in for a cool beverage, and Grandma was cooking something on the stove. Did you wash your hands? Must have been the sun, because I didn't respond. She asked again. My eyes widened and her eyes widened. Immediately knew what that meant. With a single move, I took off, no longer worried about thirst. All was on my mind was getting out of the house alive. I must have jumped down 10 of the 13 steps and kicked down the screen door. I saw the shocked look on my friends' faces. I said, "Let's go!" Jumped on the bike, pedaled, but it didn't move. Tried again. Turned around and there was Grandma with some ancient stick in her hand, and she tore me up. Oh, to this day, I learned never to talk back to Grandma. And she was the fastest person in my neighborhood. As a child, I thought she was one of the meanest people in my neighborhood. She would call me by a distinct sound. Joseph! That could be heard 3 blocks away. Angry as I wanted to be, still I knew there was a truckload plate of dinner waiting for me. Rice and curry chicken, or rice and corned beef, or rice and fish. Yes, I love rice. Must be why she was always lecturing me about marriage. And the truth that didn't come from a seagull or pelican. Her words never breathed, taught me to idolize boxers, not fighters, keep lighters in palms, be the pilot to every blaze of glory, let no jury decide my life, find a wife, not a... She says, "You know I'm not lecturing you, just trying to teach you the bare necessities. If I ever catch you in one of those videos, not that I watch him, it's just, forget what I just said. Forever she would adore me." So one day I stopped listening to her stories and decided to ride off on my own to own the night, my shining armor. She now resides on her home island, I now roam smiling. Still hearing my name 3 blocks away. Still pedaling, just this time, going somewhere. Thank you.
Hand up one more time. Now, we're going to bring on our musical guest for today. Her name is Emma Baccarat. She has a single on Spotify called Captain. She recently graduated from Moravian University with a degree in composition. Tonight, she's going to be at the Ice House for a fundraiser for the Allentown Women's Center. Give it up for Emma.
once again you found peace. Dear diary, I'll answer quietly. Go ahead and remind me that I'm completely anxiety. Come try me once again, you found peace. Dear diary, I'll answer quietly. Go ahead and remind me that I'm complete for now.
Quills one more time.
And once again, the musical stylings of Emma Backrack.
Sun
Somebody using the mic. Is the mic working? I'm gonna use the mic. But, my name is Zoe, and I'm gonna be reading pieces from my first book, second book, in 2018 called Soul Elixir: The Writings of Zoe. And then I'll be reading a few pieces from my current book, Poems for You and Yours. So, how's everybody doing? Everybody's cool? Usually I start out with this poem called Verses. It's like a prayer. And I always start out my shows with this. I close my eyes and I follow you blindly. 'Twas lost in the lost, whence no one could find me. Was too ahead of myself to see that you was behind me. But I can't dwell on my past, nor can I rewind me. Ain't never said I was perfect, but God knows I'm not worthless. These ain't mere words, I got broken nails, I'm scratching the surface. This is my naked truth, like no pants, no lies, just shirtless. This is my heart. Listen close and hear it beat through these verses. I'll start with that one. Thank you very much. This next piece, I'm really into Shakespeare and classical studies and stuff, so this one's called Awaken Thy Love, and it's more about awakening your consciousness. It's called Awaken Thy Love. Awaken thy love, let our eyes be consumed with the passing of the tides as our destinies collide. Upon the shores of Evermore, I was mesmerized by your smiles. Verily, I sendeth you my kisses whilst they travel forth through earthly oceans and heavenly Niles. Awaken thy love from your deepest slumber. You maketh my heart warm in coldest winter. The breeze of thy perfume is the coldest wind of my summer. Awaken thy love, you duly art, thou fairest of all maidens. In your touch is mine comfort. I'm truly lost in your loving lips gazing. But alas, awaken thy love as you gather your senses. For on the morrow, if ye shall perish, agony and tragedy wouldst render I senseless. Wherefore I dream of the two of us amidst mercurial meadows near the white picket fences. Oh, I do pray I again see you soon, and whence our paths again intertwine. Let our spirits in unison shine as we dwellest upon dew under the blissful decadent moon. That's what it's called, Awaken Thy Love. And actually, I wrote this one. I wrote this for about the ocean. It's called They Say We Both Deep, and it's like a love letter to the ocean. Hey love, tell me, what's your name? I'm in love with your wild waves, can they not be tamed? Oh, the music of your seas gives me trembling knees. You're the epitome of the prettiest emblem of peace, without an ending or cease, without pretending you feast upon the fruits of the spirit. I can hear them released. It's only we two that I dive in your waters, become one in your ocean, intertwined with your colors. We need some light from the sun that might shine regardless, amidst your blinded backdrop, framing clouds so flawless. Hey love, tell me, may I take your picture? Read you some literature, Shakespeare songs from scripture. I've seen you in movies, I love how they depict you. Two lovers holding hands upon thy sands of victor. Against any earthly wealth, though, your heart stands richer. Hey love, it's late now, upon thee I sleep. Let's wed, you and I, for they say we both deep. The last one I read from Soul Elixir is called PhD. And it's about, they say life is a school, so I'm just saying, earn your PhD. So this one's called PhD. I'm a dark-skinned brother, but I always sleep light. Got a lot on my plate, sometimes I lose my appetite. Been knocked down by life, but like Rocky, I still get up and fight. It's a cold world, but still I ain't the pack the heat type. I judge nobody, cause I used to share Charlie Sheen's plight. Acting a fool, but just couldn't seem to get the scenes right. Racing thoughts, my cerebellum tends to see just green light. But misfortune has a way of making you rich with wisdom. And understanding is the key that unlocks your mental prism. So when you finally find clarity, rejoice when you are free. Learn from your mistakes. Earn your PhD. The next selection I'll be reading from my current book, Poems for You and Yours. Actually, our son is 2 years old. He did the back cover. He did his back cover abstract, and he's like an artist. And he's so young already. So let's say that was. This first poem I'm reading is called A Bridge to Mine Heart. It's just about me talking to God and your high power, or the God of your understanding. It's called A Bridge to Mine Heart. O sacred one, hearest my voice, for I am scared. Mine heart tis like a vacant sun, mine eyes are drenched and moist. O beautiful one, sendeth thy winds my way, as I'm standing in the gallows, in the shadows I lay. O marvelous one, is thou hearing me? For I am entrenched in this dreaded sepulchre of tyranny. But alas, but thou hast laid thine hands upon my soul's cast. Thenceforth from mine eyes remove the heavy sands I thought wouldst forever last. For thou didst showest I the end of my eternal dying. I now know why there was reason for my infernal sign, but that was for thou to start, and heaven where thou art. Something never torn apart, a bridge to mine heart. This one's called How Thy Old Leaves Used to Sway. And it's about people not being prepared to let go of how you used to be. And so it's just a mourning of how you used to be from other people's perspective. So it's called How Thy Old Leaves Used to Sway. You are not what you were before, though some wish you'd remained there. You are no longer in that cold war, but though some miss your old lame despair. You are not with him or her with whom you thought through a pseudo kiss and pseudo love did blind you. For why, yes, it did occur. Hey, let them reminisce upon the former bliss. For now, in present tense, you know love, hence they no longer bind you. You are not what they receive, nor what you used to say. Wherefore, let them be, as they merely grieve for how thy old leaves used to sway. More. This one's called Experience. It's about my experience going through stuff and just being a hard head and going through all kind of mess, and I had to learn through experience. This piece is called Experience. I've been there, done that, ran away just to run back. Cause the smallest things can get under your skin like a thumbtack. I found that, then lost that, caught that, then tossed that. Ego trips had me burning bridges, couldn't cross back. I thought that, dismissed that as chit-chat. Never listened to my intuition in my gut like a six-pack. I used to see red and spew that, true fact. Didn't know my own self in the mirror. Dog, who's that? Made mistakes, then I had to redo that. Said yes when I should have first reviewed that. Lost my mind. Where was my head at? Girls crying, saying, can't believe you said that. Way back when someone tried to feed me food for thought, I was too full of myself when I said I ate that. But hey, Jack, you live and you learn that life is priceless and experience is the best payback. This one is kind of a personal one. It's called When I Get to Chicago. I had a lot of people in my family die to unfortunate gun violence, and I know there's like a lot of violence in Chicago, so this one is like sort of a musical piece. It's called When I Get to Chicago, Part 1. I wake up to the sound of gunshots, 6 to be exact. He got hit in the same spot. Another pawn, it was 6 when his frame dropped. Man, it's like the same gangster flick with the same plot. We doing wrong, tell me when will the pain stop? We too far gone, wanting names to the fame pops. Losing our minds is giving us blood brain clots. We been went to war, and I ain't talking about GameStop. Mama on the street crying tears like raindrops. He never had a chance. Red gang with a stain cocked, face tatted up, dreadlocks in his tank top. Eagle tripping on the ride, but he fell off when that chain popped. Oh my Lord, it's be the world at my window. A chorus of bullets singing in endless crescendo. Hey, Mr. Farmer, seeds planted in sins grow. Reap, sow, behold, death to dust and the winds blow. Cause they say this life ain't fair, so when I get to Chicago, somebody save me a prayer. Cause they say this life ain't fair, so when I get to Chicago, somebody save me a prayer. My second last piece is, I wrote this when Prince died. It was really sad. He died in April 21st of 2016. This one's called April Snow, based on one of his songs he wrote, Sometimes It Snows in April. And here's the picture from the book. Somebody, an artist, did a picture of Prince. So the picture really captured me and it made me want to really write this piece called April Snow. It's for Prince. How did you know it would snow in April? How would you have seen 'twas your time to pass? As sure as trees sprout the essence of maple, you are now serene in heaven's green grass. How did you know it would snow in April? And since you knew, did you even really care? Have you answered the riddle of the April snow into the afterlife? Did that elevator take you there? Tell me, how did you know It was snow in April. How did you foresee in that month you would fly? Your spirit in the dawn, where all the pain is gone, and doves no longer cry. My last piece is called, it's a short piece called The Forever Moment of Now. It's about cherishing just the short moments that we have here and with our family and knowing that they're not always going to be with us. So this one's called The Forever Moment of Now. Life may hurt you. Pretend friends may deceive you. Your children will grow up, and eventually they will leave you. Lovers may fail you. Setbacks may derail you. Dreams are often put on hold with other plans that fell through. All of life is but a play. We perform the best way we know how. So rejoice with gratitude and acceptance in the forever moment of now. Thank you. My name is
One more time for Doug, everybody. That's my favorite moment right now, 'cause it's the only moment I'm in right now, at least in this reality. I know there's another one where I'm doing something else in another one. All right, are we ready for Reverend Bachroff again? Let's give it up for her.
conversation can be a drug within itself. You find that one particular person that you just can't go a day without talking. Craving conversation like a cocaine connoisseur, I need a hit. But there are standards and only one brand will do. Your aesthetic is sedative enough to inject intravenous intimacy into me. So heat up the white noise and pour the parlay into me. I want to get high on your dialect and appreciate every gram of you until what's left are the crumbs of the chemistry we had. I've left too many 80s for 20s in my time, but for you, I'll keep it 100. Cutting out all the lies so that rows of white lines can be filled only with our poetry, ready to inhale and intoxicate. So my subject moves with your predicate on waves of dopamine, and it's dope I mean, being on this speedball-induced monologue about our love. That's the kind of feeling I fear because I've never been good with heights, but as I suck the synonyms of this sin I'm in off my teeth, the craving only grows. This love is euphoric and I'm for it because a connoisseur knows it's hard to find that pure-ish, the kind of rock that's got your back when you need it. For I love when my soliloquies turn into you and me wrapped into text, sleeping under a sky full of definitions, knowing our verbal exchange is the only snow I want to taste on my tongue. With all kinds of conversation that leave me numb and addicted, I could spend every day looking for the 8-ball that leads me to you and never feel it's wasted. See, I've graduated, grams and ounce PhD with you as my major, always researching because loving you is no minor thing. I'd like to further my career, but I continue craving conversation, feeding into Charlie's hallucinations just to say I had you once before withdrawal. So the next piece is actually a eulogy that I had written. My father passed away last year, and we were never really close, but when he did pass, I was the first one to step up and take the reins in making arrangements, which I found ironic. And when my mother asked me to write words for him, the only thing that came out was this poem. Baseball cards for the dead. He comes again to name his best players. It's not the mint condition cards that are the most valuable, but the ones that are broken in, handled with love and stained with life. Each player's card a testimony to how great his coaching is, teaching his team to appreciate the game of life through practices that last forever. From the minor leagues, starting in God's home field, to the days he let us spread our wings and choose our own players, creating a new family for our home team. The Lord has christened you today, a mint collectible card, with stats dating back to 1958. Getting started in the minors and following your skills to the special forces in preparation for the real game. In 1982, you stepped into the majors, taking your chance at besting a new player, and had your first taste of home when you tied the knot and made your team name official. Then, having that taste of victory, the Lord decided you could handle more players and began his additions in 1984 and a second expansion in 1987. That's when the first cracks of your career took off, breaking open the laminate seal, letting your card truly breathe. Every season only improved. Then on your 50th year, with a fly ball, 2 hands on the bat, and you controlling the winds, you felt what it was to be an angel in the outfield. Later on, watching hopes and dreams light up the sky with the team's future generations, some waiting with T-balls in hand to be taught by you, others just content to be seated at your side and enjoy the game with you. 22,995 days of practice and playing ball, and it's now that he's called you to the Hall of Fame, ushered by love and kisses from your biggest fan, leaving behind the baseball card of an MVP that we've all come to admire because it's not the most pristine player who holds the most value, but the one who took chances, made mistakes, and played hardball until he finally made it to the greatest team in your kingdom. Well, the book that I have for you here today, Schizophrenic Sapiosexual, is a book about different kinds of love. And you'll find that in each chapter, there is a different theme, a different kind of love that I write about. And the one that I find not only to be most difficult for myself, but for a lot of other people, is self-love. And so this next piece is self-published. Love the poet through pain and paper, through turmoil and text, fighting grammatical gremlins that grow in the mind, pushing for immersion into the same ink. Well, the war starts now. Between the mirror and metaphor, plural and singular version of self, is it the automatopoeia of originality that is desired, or a true memoir written by the author, for the author, about the author that matter? Creating a likable character for the audience is not the most important task. The real demand is in pushing perception through a pen, letting sorrows become our short stories, whispering words like weapons, when learning how to become more than just footnotes in life. How do we please the publishers? We become the publishers, help the unrealized character make it to the shelf and start our own genres, living life in unexplored chapters, and pre-order for the thrill readers who are tired of tales as old as time. Instead of reading self-help, help yourself to publish authenticity, then love the poet through pain and paper, through turmoil and text, only pruning chapters to help them grow. This next poem is titled Avena. Hot water evaporating in tin, thermoses filling the staircase with a musk, reminders of the tights on the mattress, pink and green and uncomfortable. Mother laid them out, said when I paid the bills, I could choose what to wear. Polyester suffocating thighs and waist, I tried to stay inside so my pores didn't cry and make a stink. The smell of coffee knocked on the door, calling me down for breakfast hand in hand with the aroma of grinding a Jalcono blend, marching down 14 steps, pulling at tights. This is my body. Why can't I rule it? A grunt, another wedgie, and breakfast is almost ready. Farina fills the blue soup bowls we need permission to use. Cinnamon stalks and small talk are thrown around. Today, go out and explore. The tights will keep the bugs out from trying to get a piece of me. Mother doesn't notice the others. Amnesia sets in, losing memory of tights. Gangs of rocks are burrowed in my elbows and knees after falling off jungle gyms. Refusing to use alcohol to sanitize, she says, your body, my choice. Today, I fill the thermoses and grind my teeth. Frustration fills the Bluetooth news channels, had permission to share. Cinnamon stalks and small talk are thrown around. I'll go outside today and explore. Nothing will keep them from trying to get a piece of me, and they won't let me forget why I no longer wear tights. When gangs try to burrow their elbows and knees and teens after falling off jungle gyms, water filling glasses for pills they need permission to use, the smell of others staining them, hand in hand with the idea of grinding on blends. They go down on tights, grunting, another wedgie, and almost ready for double lines, crossed and uncomfortable. Mother laid on the mattress, remembering the tights, trying to keep tears inside, as the smell of an aborted choice paints the walls and fills the staircase with questions, evaporating in heated debates of my body, their choice. This next poem was written for my daughter. I don't know how many of you have children, but if you do, and they are a little bit older, or getting into that preteen stage, you are feeling a taste of that I no longer need you anymore, mommy or daddy phase. And this reflects that. It's entitled Doctor's Lie. They told plucked, and she was the only one who could play me. Our language was sacred. Listening to the music of kings as she laid on my chest, and I see that beats reverberate off my skin onto hers. I am made of 9 notes, and she made them sound infinite, drowning out the professionals who tried to give me oxygen, but it wasn't needed. Them telling me the human lung when at total capacity is 27 centimeters, but my lungs are 21 inches. I heard them announce it when she took her first breath and was stretched to capacity, giving them nothing but a sigh as if to say, we've got this now. The opposition let me know she'd need tough skin, so I became this, being the dermis, tough love, keeping her connected to herself, vital to her vitality, ignoring everything else, leaving the boxes they want to put her in on the top shelf. See, she needs no help, because I created me. She is part of me. There is no room for the enemy breathing love into her pores. My heart swells, proving them wrong again, and then, throwing her own 2 feet, she takes a stand and faces the mirror, and I realize they were right all this time. I have to cut the cord. This will be my last piece. It's entitled Holy Place, and just like everyone here and everyone walking in this store, that's what we're here for, words. And my holy place is anywhere where there are words. This is church, holy mother of metaphors, all that I live for, the way Bragi meant it to be, ready for war, wielding my pen heavy with words since birth. At 9 years, a baptism by inkwell was celebrated. Godmother was Miss Barrett Browning. Holding my ears, she told me how she loved me. And I counted the ways I'd have to reinvent my intent when speaking. Born into this world shrieking, there'll always be
looking for affection, and I found the sweet kind from your love. There's a risk worth taking, if that risk is you, and I might be ahead of the game. But there are many words worth saying. There's so much worth saying, at least as I can tell. Excitement for the staying will treat brittle bones well. There's solace in the praying, as far as I can hold. Envisioning the graying, what a childish way to go. Crumbling in love. Are we on the same page? Two souls on two brightly lit stages. Should I just end my age, or does it seem more apt to give in and disengage? Are we on the same page? Two souls on two brightly lit stages. Should I just end my age, or does it seem more apt to give in and disengage? There's so much worth saying, at least as I can tell. Excitement for the staying, treat brittle bones well. Oh, there's solace in the brain, as far as I can hold. Envisioning the graying, what a childish way to go. Crumbling in love. Oh,
That's called Bumble. I call it Humble because it's very humbling state and not getting matches on it. I actually bought a guitar 2 months ago because I saw one for $30, an acoustic guitar. I'm like, I'm gonna buy this. I haven't touched it yet. Don't worry. Maybe next year. Coming up next, he's signed books here before. He will again, and today he's gonna perform for us. He's the author of Martin's World, Wings of Inspiration, and this is a title I really like, Rhymes of the Joke Machine, and also The Air Almighty. Everybody get up for Robert L. Martin.
yeah, thank you, Mike. Thank you. This flavor, you had a really nice voice. That's a handsome guy right there. I'm not bragging. I'm bragging. You're just handsome. Okay, now here's one of my books, Martin's World. This is the latest one. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you how I got on poetry. When I was in New York City about 50-something years ago, I went to see some movie by Kalota Braun, and it's called Broken Wings. And I was engrossed in the lyrics, and I thought they were beautiful. I never wrote anything before. So I'd heard them. I must have had these things beside me. So it really touched me. So that's where I got started. And I started writing poetry and getting rejected, getting rejected. Then I got accepted. Oh, yay, great. Must be great. Then I get rejected again. And so forth. So I finally got
accepted, yay. So, yeah, I'm a publisher in India. So here I go writing these books here. I rhyme so fast and everything, I get the poems mixed up, I still have to read them. I'll write something. Okay, Martin's word. Here's one of the poems. Okay, ready, get set, listen. You better listen to it. Come and tunnel from the light into the dark, the avenue to the sea of dark secrets, past the smiles and heavy drapes, the yeses, the nos, the indecisives, the me riding on my own mind, up and down the hills and valleys, the truths broken into pieces, picking new ones off the floor, piecing them together into new categories, turning them into beacons, placing them inside my heart. I look out to my new world of beauty and mobile truths, breaking up data into images, flashing lights through the drama, in rebellion against the immobile air, pistons stroking at a furious pace, of mind running ahead of the now, the archives of yesterday forgotten, the present become future's menu, the me inside my poet's haven, my home situated on shifting sand, teetering on the edge of the wheel, riding on the pendulum of timelessness. The me, the one with the wolf in his blood, whose mind lives in the wilds, who doesn't give a damn about academics, nor proper words to be written down, who listens through his meditations and discards the words that don't touch his heart, his own school and his busy mind, the me, the daring one that lives on his sleeve, the holy one with his own God inside, a worshiper in his own private church with one ear toward the supreme God and the other toward my God, me with both our words stuffed inside, clawing to get out, the me living inside Martin's world. That's the first one. And then I write some funny things too. I think they're funny. You better laugh or come on and tickle your feet. You better laugh. That's a threat. Okay, here we go. This from Rhymes and Joke Machinery. Hated automated. Thank you for calling Dr. Quacker. This is the telephone answering machine. We are located somewhere in California. Our office hours are 1 p.m. until 1:30 p.m. Please listen to these options. If you have a broken leg, press 1. If it is the femur, press 2. If it is the fibula, press 3. If the bone is sticking through, press 4. If the bone looks kind of funky, press 5. If the bone looks real funky, press 6. If your leg is turning green, press 7. If it is pointed in the wrong direction, press 8. If you find yourself running sideways, press 9. If your leg looks like a fried alligator, press 10. If the alligator starts running after you, press 11. If you think it looks kind of sexy, press 12. If you continue saying strange things, press 13. If everything is turning black, press 14. If you can't feel anything anymore, press 15. If rigor mortis is about to set in, press 16. If you see a white light, press 17. If you're flying up to heaven, press 18. If you have a medical emergency, press 19. If you want to speak to a doctor, good luck. Okay, this is the Christmas party at the Ritz at Larry's house here. Christmas at Larry's was putting on the Ritz when all the gang got together in bits. Extravagant spending is what Christmas is for. If Santa did his shoplifting at the old thrift store, George picked some weeds out of Larry's yard, and gave him to marry that old tub of lard. But romance was in his eyes, his inebriated eyes, as he caught Mary off guard with that big surprise. So she gave old horny George a kiss on the cheek, a kissy-poo-poo for him to keep. Then she gave Sanchez some dirty pictures of her. With that flab hanging down, everything was blurred. Tom gave George a lottery ticket from the trash. If it would have won, it was good as cash. George gave Tom his handkerchief, slightly used, then blew a schnoz on the sleeve colored blue. Tom gave Sanchez a taco 2 weeks old from the Mexican dumpster out in the cold. Sanchez gave Larry some used underwear too. Went inside out, they looked brand new. Sanchez gave Tom some presents from the bar, but he didn't tell him they were swept off the floor. Larry gave Sanchez half a bottle of beer, not saying who drank the other half here. Larry gave Tom some cigarettes from the ashtray, a token of generosity for the big holiday. Then after the exchange of Christmas presents, Larry was overwhelmed from all the compliments. What nice, extravagant presents everybody gave. Really putting on the Ritz at Larry's house today. Okay. This is The Wings of Inspiration. This is my first book that I ever wrote. This is called Wings of Inspiration. Transitory wings of light and gold, beauty in flight and rivers in motion, doors swinging open for the pure air, clarity speaking in a familiar tongue, divinity opening up its heart, sending secrets through the skies, the birth of the planets, the texture of the rings of Saturn, how it feels against the skin, riding them down and attaching to the wings of the doves, circling above the eyes wide open, purifying the air above the chimneys, breathing in the aroma of the jasmine, keeping love pure on this earthly journey, the knowledge of this divine source, how it flows through winding rivers, why it ends up in certain places answering spiritual needs or landing upon insensitive surfaces, how it materializes in certain objects, how it invigorates the spirit of some but not in all, how it gives life to a song or poem, or speaks through a rainbow or the eyes of a woman, how it teases the mind and rides up and down the electric spine, taking the spirit on the merry romp, smiling, laughing, playing, crying, riding to the ends of passion, then flying back to that wonderful place where it came from, too soon, too fast, too impatiently, too abrupt, too detached, but with its taste still on our hearts. My daughter, she wrote the cover for this. Here it is, my daughter in San Francisco. And my lady friend Lindsay, she writes these illustrations. It's really good. Yeah, I have another one. I'll have an old one. Great to stay. Can we stay here till 12 midnight? I got my sleeping bag there. Okay, now here we go. Ambrosial. Mother Nature of bohemian dreams, a taker of the wind to outward extremes, a lover passionate of the rage, a heretic looking for a war to rage, a rebel of the stillness of the quiet seas, stirring the clouds as the sun master flees, filling the air with lightning and fury, a scent of the wild tempest in a hurry, a prelude for the ambrosian air to follow, the divine sweetness of the skies to hallow, the pleasure of the soothing against the skin, a brushing from the breath of the seraphim, the subdued kingdom and of all the unseen, a floating paradise above the green, ambrosia in the air, the postlude of a storm, rising from the mist of Mother Nature born. Ambrosia. I don't bury them. If you want to hear them, do it. Just tell me when to shut up, Michael. One more.
Gift us with one more. It's been amazing.
Well, I got one that lasted 2 hours here. I got one more. I better pick a good one.
How about the Irish isolation?
Oh, I don't know. I'll just pick one. Professor Sally, that's Pastor John here. He's telling me about that. He liked that one. I like that. Since he liked it, I'll never forget it. Professor Sally. Professor Sally, the hotties, teaches the guys about the birds and the bees. With her fingers down and their skirts up high, she shows all the guys the fastest flight. Our classroom is comprised of the manly gender, except for Susie with her eyes and toes splendor. She wants an education like the rest of the guys. Maybe she also gets a thrill from Sally's thighs. With her classroom stuffed up to the very limits and her students in total vigilance, every student passes flying colors as Sally's teaching to pass all others. She's the cream of the crop, the best of the best. She knows her way around with her curvy chest. Her intellectual prowess needs a little work by how she teaches Susie and the gang for first. When the bucket is finally kicked by Our Lady Fair, they should erect a statue of Sally's derriere. There's nothing to remember for what she brought, for everybody remember what she taught, or maybe change the name of the university to the University of Sally by committee. Her name should be remembered forever and ever.
Thank you. Thank you, Robert. That was fantastic. I ain't looking at that page. I heard him back and back.
Oh, good. I don't have to tickle your feet.
What if I tag? Everybody, put your hands together for Hannah Bachroff, everybody. Put it together. That was a fun set. So I'm going to play a fun song.
Sitting in a diesel running car. The smells
do something at the end. I'm going to count to 10 for y'all. It's a little thing I picked up after I saw the light. I'm still here though, luckily. All right. So, coming up next, she's the author of The Sober Poet, best-selling author, and coming up, she has the Egoic Poet coming out. You can find it at lizarowe.com. And on the 22nd, she's going to be performing at Ignite Annapolis. Because she came all the way from Maryland. So make sure you give her a big round of applause. All your attention. Give it up for Liza Rowe, everybody. had